Yo, what is good YouTube? Magdubs here, back with another video, guys. And day 2 of NBA free agency has been a roller coaster, starting from Damian Lillard's trade request to a bunch of extensions and a bunch more signings. I mean, it seems like it's the Houston Rockets day today, and we're going to be covering all of that in today's video. I'm going to be breaking down the ins and outs of all of the major signings, some of the biggest overpays, but some of the most underrated signings as well. I'm going to be covering almost everything that's happened on day 2 of NBA free agency. Before we get into the video, do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's even get the video up to 200 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm covering the entirety of the NBA offseason, which includes the rest of free agency, any trades that take place, and the NBA Summer League, which I believe is in a couple of days from now. I'm going to be live streaming games, so if you want to see me react to some of the young guys playing, you guys can come watch it with me. So join the family, turn on post notifications. But without any further ado, let's jump into today's video. Okay, guys, so one of the first major things that happened today was Damian Lillard finally requested a trade out of Portland. I think it was about that time. They weren't really making any big moves in free agency. A lot of guys were falling off the free agency market, and Portland was just sitting there doing nothing. However, they did just sign Jeremy Grant to a 5-year, $160 million deal, so I was a little bit like, wow, that kind of hurts. However, they came out and said that they want to do that anyway. I don't know how true that is, but I'll take their word for it. Another thing I want to say is the Trailblazers are going to be just fine. Listen, you've got Shaedon Sharpe, you've got Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, and a couple of other guys as well who are just going to help continue to build this roster back up from where, to where they want to be. Now, and you're also going to get a pretty hefty return for Damian Lillard, I would assume. So, Portland Trailblazers fan, don't worry, it's going to be okay. It's not going to be a painful rebuild. It's probably going to be a pretty fun rebuild, I would say. Now, let me know in the comment section down below, who do you think will ultimately get Damian Lillard on their team for the start of next season? Let me know down below. We also saw LaMelo get an extension. Kind of wasn't too surprised to see that. Brook Lopez went back to Milwaukee. Good job, Milwaukee. You guys needed to retain Brook Lopez, so that's a good one. Reeves back to LA. Russell Westbrook back to LA. D'Angelo Russell back to the Lakers. This is the first major one right here. Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks goes to Houston. One of their first major pickups of the day. I mean, they've been all over the free agency market today. Dillon Brooks gets a 4-year, $80 million contract with the Houston Rockets. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably saying, wow, what an overpay. Why would they give this man who was supposed to go to China? That was just a troll. But, Dillon Brooks, a guy who is coming off a terrible season shooting the ball wise. Not only him, but Fred VanVleet too had a terrible shooting year. Both these guys seem to be getting overpaid. However, I would actually say I like these moves. Now, the reason is because under the new CBA, you have to use at least 90% of your cap space available, and the Rockets had a ton of cap space strictly because of the fact that they have so many young players on their roster. They weren't giving money to almost anybody on their team right now, so they had to use a lot of their cap space up, and they did that. Fred VanVleet, sure, he maybe got overpaid, but they needed to spend that money somewhere. Dillon Brooks maybe got overpaid, but they needed to spend that money somewhere. So Dillon Brooks is a guy who, coming off a terrible season efficient-wise, shooting the ball, but he's a very good defender. He's going to give it whatever it takes on every single possession defensively, so I do like him there, and he has shown the flashes in the past to be a good shooter, a good scorer. So if he can just find a sense of consistency, I do think this will ultimately be a good pickup for the Houston Rockets, who seem to be going all in this season with Ime Udoka under, as that new head coach. Now, another thing I really liked was Obi Toppin. Thank God he got traded to the Indiana Pacers, where it seems like he's going to have a lot of playing time, and this is something I've been waiting for, man. I feel like the Knicks were kind of just wasting his talent, wasting his career, playing him in about 12 minutes a night. Finally, he's on his way to Indiana. I think that's going to be a big-time, switch for Obi Toppin in general. And then we saw Tyrese Halliburton, another Pacer guy, get a big extension. Desmond Bane, Max Strus. This is a big one, too. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers came into the offseason saying, we need more shooting. Max Strus, and they signed Niang from yesterday. Big time upgrades in terms of shooting the ball. I think Max Strus 2 years ago shot, I think, 41% from the three-point line. Amazing. And then Niang is always above like 37% from the three-point line as well. So that is incredible. Max Strus and Niang going to be two big additions for the Cavaliers next season. We also saw Patrick Beverley head to Philadelphia, which tells me one thing in particular. they're not gonna, they're not gonna start retool. They're not gonna rebuild. They're trying to win now still. Now, James Harden's still up in the air. We don't know where he's gonna go or what's gonna happen with that. But it looks like the 76ers and Nick Nurse are still trying to win basketball games next year, which is very important for what they do next. So let me know in the comment section down below, where do you think James Harden will be playing basketball next year? Another re-sign for Jay Crowder. Jock Landale, another guy going to the Houston Rockets, a 4-year deal. I think it's worth maybe $32 million. I don't really know exactly how much money it was, but I think that's what it was. Jock Landale, a guy who's going to play a lot of backup minutes for the Rockets. I think this is a fine addition behind Alperen Sengun. I think it's a good pickup. I mean, yeah, maybe a 4-year deal is maybe too hefty, but they don't have to worry about that in the backup position or even the starting position for a couple of years. So I think that is a good pickup. That's their second signing of the day. Keep that in mind. Dwight Powell goes back to Dallas. Donte DiVincenzo, I like this one as well. Donte DiVincenzo going to reunite with his former Villanova teammates and Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. He's going to add a ton of scoring, three-point shooting, ball handling. He's very good playing defense and playing the passing lane. So he's going to go to New York, who, lacked that three-point shooting versus the Miami Heat in the playoffs. He's going to be someone who's going to come in right away and play a major impact either off the bench or even maybe in the starting lineup. This is another one I like. Jalen McDaniels going to Raptors for only $9 million over 2 seasons. Crazy, they get lengthier. I don't know how the Raptors just continue to get lengthier and get more guys who have crazy wingspans. But here you go. Here's another one. I like this deal. I think this could end up being a steal if he starts to improve his three-point shot. Lakers go out and get Jackson Hayes. I think this is a decent little signing for them as a bench player. Could potentially play alongside Ant Davis in the starting lineup. I don't really see that happening, but we'll see what they end up doing. But the Lakers have done a very good job here on day 1 and day 2, filling out their roster. And it seems like they have like a 10-man rotation right now, if I'm being completely honest. We saw Jack White go to OKC on a 2-year deal. Not too familiar with Jack White, so don't want to speak upon that too much. Let me know what you guys think about Jack White, and what does he add to OKC Thunder's team? They also signed another guy today, and we'll probably get to that at some point. Miami traded Victor Oladipo. That was like the first thing I saw this morning. Victor Oladipo is such a good player, keeps getting injured. I'm hoping he can just have a healthy year. Not sure if he's going to stay in OKC or if he'll get traded. We'll end up seeing what happens there. Clippers trading for KJ Martin, another Rocket getting sent out to the Clippers, a high flyer, a rebounder, offensive rebounder, a putback king. This guy can do a lot in terms of, putting putback attempts and catching lobs and doing all that. High flyer, going to change the energy of the game. I like KJ Martin. Not too much of a big addition. Not going to be a needle mover too much for the Clippers, but they go out and make their first move of the summer. Monty Morris is being dealt to the Pistons. Interesting move. Don't have too much to say. Gonna be a backup again, I think, because Washington got Tyus Jones. Monty Morris on the move again. Kind of feel bad for him. Miami added Thomas Bryant. Yeah, this is going to be a huge upgrade over Cody Zeller, and that's pretty much all I have to say. This is going to be Cody Zeller, Thomas Bryant. This guy is a massive energy guy, can really protect the rim, can really just make big-time plays with his energy, and really change the whole momentum of the arena in general. So I like Thomas Bryant, 2-year, $5.4 million deal. Sandro going over to San Antonio Spurs. Seems like a Spurs type of move. Sasha, this guy, I watched some of this dude's highlights. This is a baller right here. Sasha Vinzelkov, I don't know if I said that right. 3-year, $20 million deal. This guy can shoot lights out, can handle the ball, has good passing IQ, and cuts to the basket really well. He's going to be a perfect fit alongside Sabonis and some of these other guys who pass the ball very well over there in Sacramento. What else do we got here? Ty Jerome going to Cleveland. And then Dennis Smith Jr. going over to the Brooklyn Nets. A pretty good defender. Athletic guard who has been pretty good so far over the last couple of years, been starting to make a name for himself once again. Not bad here for the Brooklyn Nets, who are getting rid of a lot of guys. Watanabe, Seth Curry. There's some other guys who I just can't think right now, but there are some other guys in Brooklyn that have been dealt. Joe Harris, I know for sure. And maybe one more, but yeah, this is going to be someone who's probably going to play a lot of backup point guard for them, especially now that Seth Curry and Patty Mills is gone as well. But that should be another one, right? Patty Mills went to the Rockets as well. I think they signed Jeff Green, just went to the Rockets too. So some of those weren't on this list, but those two other ones that the Rockets got: Jeff Green, Patty Mills, Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, Jock Landale. I mean, they are just making move after move after move. Let me know if this list was missing anything. I think they pretty much hit almost everything besides a couple. Josh Christopher went to the Memphis Grizzlies. I know that. What else? Am I missing anything else? Don't think so. I think that's it for today. I think that's it. We had a long day. A lot of things happened. But let me know, what was your favorite signing of the day? Personally, let me see. What was my favorite thing that happened today? I really do like Obi Toppin going to the Knicks. I think this is going to be so big for the rest of his career. But let me look through this real quick and see what do I think is the most beneficial. If I'm going to be honest, I think Dante DiVincenzo going to the Knicks. I think they really struggled versus Miami in terms of scoring the ball and shooting the three ball. Dante DiVincenzo is an instant upgrade from what they've had. Let me try to see one more thing. The one I'm most interested to see is this one right here. Sasha Vinzenkov. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. I mean, you don't give a guy 3 years, $20 million to ride the pine. I think he might get some good playing time over there. But that's probably my favorite. My most overpaid one. Overpaid, I don't think anyone really got overpaid. Maybe Jock Landale, just because he's going to be a primary backup. Or maybe Max Strus. But I do think Max Strus adds a ton to their team. I wouldn't say they're overpaid. I don't think there was a specific overpaid today. No, I wouldn't. Maybe Dylan Brooks. Maybe Dylan Brooks, but like I said, they needed to spend some money. I don't hate anything today. There's nothing I really hate. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. A lot of good moves today, man. A lot of teams are getting better. I would say that the biggest W or the biggest winners of today, the Houston Rockets for sure. I would say Cleveland Cavaliers getting, Niang and Max Strus are big for them. The Lakers got better today. The Knicks got better today. Trying to think who else. I think that's it for right now. There's some teams that need to get better. If the Heat can get Damian Lillard, that would make them a whole lot better than they were last year. So let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be covering the entirety of the NBA offseason, everything that you can think of. If you look through my channel, I've posted videos on almost every single signing. So go check those out, man. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Pro Class, the absolute best place for you to take your game to the highest level. It's the first of its kind sports training and development platform where you can reach your highest potential by learning from some of the best athletes on the entire planet. Some of these guys include Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Allen Iverson, DeMar DeRozan, and so many more. And I have some great news for you guys. If you guys go use my code MattyDubs, you'll get 50% off hundreds of training videos, workouts, and drills, and you can get in the lab right now. So go check it out. Go steal some of the secrets from some of the top players in the world right now. And if you are interested in developing your skills at any level, if you play in middle school, high school, college, or if your goal is to be a better athlete, a better basketball player, this is where you need to go. Nobody else does this. Go check them out, and you can learn, develop your skills at a fast pace, high speed level. Click the link in the description for instant access to all of the secrets in the world. And remember, using code MattyDubs will get you 50% off right now, so don't miss out on this offer.